Among Us has been all over the internet, both on YouTube and Instagram, Twitch, and even Facebook. But is there something more sinister going on in a game all about killing your untrustworthy friends? Greetings gamers and welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host Connor Monroe, and I'm always sus. If you like Among Us and want to see some high IQ and low IQ plays and lists, click up in the top right corner to see our playlist of the Top 10 Among Us. We played with the most amazing Top 10 crew twice, so feel free to check those out after this. But today we're talking the Top 10 Scary Among Us theories, especially with spooky season having arrived and our last gameplay being Halloween themed Among Us. You're gonna want to see this. If you're new here and like the content, why not hit like and subscribe? It's free and you can always get a refund if you're not happy. Alright, let's do this. In at 10, aliens! We all know that the imposter is an alien in the Among Us game, and that just leads us to assume that everyone is an alien, but what if they're not? What if the only alien in the game is the only imposter, or more if you have it set to 2 or 3 imposters? If that was the case, then this game just got a whole lot creepier and honestly more like a horror movie. When I think horror movie, I think dumb protagonists, like a dude who taunts the monster, or the group who dresses in the spacesuits designed the exact way that the aliens that want to murder you and your friends have evolved. That's like everyone dressing like Jason when Jason is after you. Sure, you may not have the same builds, but you know what I mean. That's like the craziest and the dumbest thing you can do in a horror movie. And if the imposter is really the only alien, then that's kinda nuts. Unless the alien has the ability to like shapeshift, in which case why can't I claim someone's color when I kill them? Because like, that would be kind of awesome. And then you could like hit the button and hide that you're not like, you can hide the body and claim that you're them. Unless someone finds the body, then your color gets revealed. I don't know, that'd be pretty sick. And at 9, Area 51 recreation. We all remember last year, right? Where it was legal to step outside, we didn't have death boxes covering our mouths, and we didn't know about the selfish pricks who agreed with that previous statement. However, on September 20th of last year, the internet grouped together to storm Area 51, a long-kept secret of the American government that was speculated to be filled with aliens and alien tech. But we didn't actually raid the base, we just stood outside, because nobody but a grandmother had the cojones to actually do it. But what if this game was secretly meant to be an ingenious way to declassify what's going on in Area 51 by a couple of pissed off government workers? It would explain why the game is cheap, because they needed to make it look legit enough to be an actual game, but cheap enough so that people would buy it and spread awareness, and if a game like this was 100% free, there may be speculation or suspicion. But maybe this is really what's going on in Area 51. The game was released in November of 2018, the 16th to be exact, and what happened only 3 days before? Authorities were investigating UFO sightings by commercial pilots. Coincidence? I think not. And at 8, Deal with the Devil. How can a game that was released 2 years ago suddenly become popular, and even so popular that it takes over Fortnite for Twitch viewers and for a time had beaten League of Legends for the most viewers, huh? Have a popular Twitch streamer play it with friends? What? No, how preposterous. Obviously it has to be a Deal with the Devil. All joking aside, how can it shoot up in such a way? It took over every major game on the market. It's cross-platform, it's available for free on mobile, and you can use that to play with people on PC. It's one of the most incredible to see games with a whole metagame of its own aside from the typical meta that would come with an imposter game. But the fact that it just shot to fame, there has to be some other force at work, right? And with the way 2020 is going, I'm sure you can find the devil on every corner. It's like he's a chain restaurant popping up all over the place, like the kelp shake from SpongeBob. So thinking that a game dev wanted his game to be seen so bad that as soon as it got popular he announced a sequel, there's something, dare I say, sus about that. He probably sold his soul. I saw him vent, I swear. But when you announce that a sequel won't be ready for a year after the game spikes, considering how games rise and fall in popularity all the time, I can't help but feel like they know it will be popular for another year, before the hellhounds come to drag their soul to the depths of the void of space, or before we vote them out. And at 7, vents are portals. We can't see the underbelly of the ship, and that's fair enough, we don't really need to, but how are we gonna go from vent to vent so quickly? Sure, we click a button and move there, but how is our character moving around them so fast? There's only one answer. Portals. The vents must be portals, whether they be to each other or somewhere else before you pop up seemingly instantly. Like, come on, let's think about that. If the portals really bring you to another plane before putting you back on the ship, where would they be? The easy answer is the depths of hell where they originated, since only the imposter is able to enter vents. Actually, now that I think about it, this has to be right. Otherwise the crewmates could travel through the vents too. Hell, just camping in a vent could make it easy to catch an imposter. With that in mind, I think the only option is that the vents are secret portals that bring you to the underworld, where you're probably gonna chill with your homies and then pop back up almost instantly because time works differently in hell, and then you snap someone's neck in the dark. And at 6, instigating. The world is in turmoil right now. And with games like this, the whole not trusting those closest to you thing is gonna get even worse. I know for one that people here in the office always think that I'm suspicious now, even when we're not playing the game. However, if this game got more popular in order to instigate more violence or make people less trustworthy of everyone, including certain authority figures, would that really be a surprise? I mean, there have already been memes about this kind of thing, whether it be about TV shows like The Flash Season 1 saying there's an imposter among us, or just politics, like saying that the Kim Jong-un who came back after we all thought he died was an imposter. So the game has been used in these ways. Maybe that was always the intention, and maybe we're just a victim. I mean, in this climate, can we really discount anything? To me, that's sus. I'm gonna keep saying it, so deal with it. Halfway through at number 5, Imposter Injection. To some, they only play the game to be the imposter, and some people will leave online matches when they're not the imposter. And that's probably because it's like an illicit substance that I can't talk about, because if I did, I would risk getting demonetized. I mean, the science behind it technically makes it one of those substances, because it releases dopamine in the brain, at least if you like being the imposter. Some people play it to be the crewmate because they find it more enjoyable. Those people are probably the most sane out of the bunch, and then there's the people who enjoy killing their friends and coworkers and are probably the psychopaths. Yes, I'm looking at you, Jared, who straight up said that he's always down to play a game where he gets to kill the people he works with. I mean, I always want to be the imposter, unless I do it multiple times in a row, then I know for a fact that everyone's going to vote me off saying, do you really want Connor to get another imposter win? Yeah, I'm confident. Unless the game just makes me lose for no reason, which it did, okay? The first time we played, it did. I have video evidence, so if you don't believe me, try me. And at 4, the cake is a lie. The cake from Portal was a lie, at least it was a lie about it being a normal cake. However, what about Among Us 2? The game's sequel was announced only shortly after the game spiked in popularity, and if they didn't make a deal with the devil to keep it popular, why would they announce a sequel for it? To generate more traffic, perhaps? Sure, it's not like a horror story about how aliens are real, but it's scary from both a corporate and fan sense. We were so easily manipulated by this, and the fact that we all got so excited about it only for it to be cancelled so they can add those features to the main game just really sets my sus sensors off. That makes no sense. If they could do that from the beginning, then why not just start with it? Why announce a second game? You could have just added it from the start. Sure, they have to rework the core code, but that should have been done anyway. The sequel must have been a lie, there's no other explanation. And at 3, Harder They Fall. The game actually keeps track of your stats. It's available from the main menu of the game, and it actively keeps updating with things like your crewmate wins, your imposter kills, your games played, your games completed, and so on. But why would it do this other than to update you? Because perhaps it's tailoring the game to you. This wouldn't be creepy on its own, but the idea of the game actively changing or being specific to you is creepy as hell and borderline AI technology. It could give you imposter if you haven't played imposter that much, or it could do it if you just need some boosting, or just to give other players a challenge. The idea that the game can update around you and actively watches your in-game data is terrifying, at least for me. And don't come at me in the comments saying, oh, this isn't scary, because scary is subjective. And if you're not scared by the AI apocalypse, then you'll be one of the first to go. You think your coffee maker is working with you, and then boom, it melts your face and starts laughing with a Tassimo over your corpse. That's how it's gonna happen. And at 2, Red is sus. There's a meme of red always being sus. Perhaps it's color theory and we just consider red to be an aggressive color, or that players who are red while the imposter are more aggressive because of that. But it could be an actual mechanic in the game that red is programmed to be imposter more often. Let's look at the gameplay that we've done on the channel. In both of the videos that we've played Among Us in so far, Eamon Hassan from Most Amazing Top 10 has played as red, and in both those videos she has been the imposter. In the warm-up rounds she was imposter often as well. In both those videos I wasn't playing as red, and I've been imposter less. Sure, the first time we tried I was the imposter 3 times in a row, but then nobody was playing as red. But once there was, I got the imposter once and then not at all. It may not look that way on camera, but there are plenty of rounds that we need to cut out for these videos because they're not interesting or nothing funny happens. But Eamon seems to be the imposter fairly often, even when playing on her own from what she told us. Red is sus because the game is making it so that they're the imposter more often. I'm totally not stretching this is 100% a fact, trust me. Finally, in at number 1, stealing data. If you don't think the game watching your in-game stats is creepy, what about the rest of your data? The game could very well be stealing your information while you play it. The game is available on both mobile and PC, both places where we keep important information like our banking info and our emails. The game is addictive too, with the rounds being quick and fast-paced. The game is cheap, being $5 on Steam and free on mobile, and the game keeps you playing for hours, plenty of time to go through your files and pick out what it wants. I think that on PC this is more difficult, but on mobile this could be a real issue. The game runs while you have other apps operating in the background. Perhaps you didn't totally close your banking app, or you've left your email app open. The game could very well be going through all of those other apps while you sit there addicted to the game, again, like it's an illicit substance. I think you know what I'm talking about. There we have it, friends, the top 10 scary Among Us theories. Do you have any scary theories of your own, and have you seen us play with the most amazing crew yet? Be sure you let me know down below, and on your way down, be sure you hit like and subscribe for daily gaming content, and ring that bell to join the clan and level up. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video. Do you think me calling it a clan is creepy? I don't know.